Hi, Dr. Bill here. Welcome to our video blog post series on Dr. Bernie Siegel and his methods and his book, The Love, Medicine and Miracles. I did show this in series 1. We just put that up on the screen so you can have a little look. Okay, and I'm quoting now some of the excerpts from his book, and because when I read it, I felt it was very, very profound. So let's start by me reading a couple of excerpts which you have as a text so you can read along if you wish. He says, peace of mind sends the body a live message, while depression, fear, and unresolved conflict give it a die message. Again, that requires some thought. Continuing on. In the face of uncertainty, there is nothing wrong with hope. Refusal to hope is nothing more than a decision to die. In other words, helplessness is fatal. Hope is life. Now, that may be easy to say, but not necessarily easy to apply, especially if you're facing a terminal illness or a major illness. It's easy to say you just have to have hope and not be helpless. And let me tell you, I've been there, so I know what that's like. And in fact, at one stage, because of what I was going through in hospital, partly from the antibiotics which I was reacting to, which made me very, very sick, so I just had my arm removed and my shoulder, and I'm lying down in hospital in pain, and the antibiotics were just making me so ill. I just wanted to die. I'd had enough. The pain was so much. So it's easy to say that, except when you're in an extreme situation. Nevertheless, I think many of us are not at that extreme, and we can't apply that advice. And even when you are in your extreme moment, it doesn't usually last that long. So I was like that for a few days, and then, of course, I came out of it, and I was able to then try and apply the things that I'm teaching you now. So we mentioned in our last blog how we are programmed or conditioned from the way we're born through the perception of our experiences, and we carry that information or that programming in our memories and in our subconscious around with us. And in another book called The Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton, PhD, he found or revealed in the book that our genes obviously are designed to help us survive. That's their prime function, survival of the species. So that's the purpose of the genes. But the genes can be divided into two groups, or two functions of the genes, and that is what they call protection and growth. So survival is broken down into two sections: protection of the species and growth of the species. The interesting thing too is what they found is that the body can't fully provide all its resources to both of those requirements at the same time. The body moves or shunts its resources to wherever the greatest need is, whether that's growth or whether that's protection. Now, protection is often affected by you go into protection mode when you feel threatened, or when you feel stressed, or when you feel there's some demand being placed upon you. So when you have prolonged stress or prolonged threat, or more importantly, prolonged perceived stress, that means you think, you don't know that's going to happen, but you're expecting it to happen, or it may happen. So your perceived threat or your perceived stress, the way you see things, which again can be part of your programming that you may not be aware of. So you may be perceiving life as being threatening or stressful in your subconscious and not be aware of it. And what that does, it keeps your body's resources too much in the protection mode and not enough in the growth mode. And of course, you can imagine where your health and regeneration functions are. They are in your growth mode. The survival of the species, you need to be able to stay healthy, you need to be able to regenerate your body. So all of those functions to do with your health are in the growth mode. So we've got protection, growth, and when you are having to think you have to protect yourself continually or prolonged, then your health suffers. That's why stress weakens the immune system, etc., etc. So what hope does, it actually, guess what hope does? It moves your body more into the growth, the live mode. Whereas when you become helpless, then you obviously are expecting the worst to happen. So we cover that at length in our biocybernetics that we do in the clinic, but also in our educational material that we have that you can have access to. There is a webinar on my website, drbilldavison.com, where it's stress management, or the #1 factor in all top achievers. You can watch that, and that will give you a lot of information about how you can work with the stress in your life, and the other education you can get if you want to take it further. So this is Dr. Bill signing off on our Series 5, and I look forward to speaking with you on our last and final series. Thank you for being with me. See you soon.